Hi, I'm Chief Dennis Jones, and welcome to this month's edition of On Scene with Tampa Fire Rescue. This month, we're going to focus on Tampa Fire Rescue's Honor Guard, a group of individuals who do ceremonial flag presentations as well as provide honor and respect to deceased members of the department. After that, we're going to go to our dispatch center to learn about a special recognition they've just received. To learn more, here's Captain Bill Wade.
Chief, we're going to start with the Honor Guard, and with us is the coordinator of the Honor Guard for Tampa Fire Rescue, driver engineer Monte Theus. Monte, give us an idea of what the Honor Guard does for Tampa Fire Rescue.
Well, the Honor Guard was started many years ago, and what we do is we go to funerals for retired fire department members, and also for anybody that's killed in the line of duty, and also any non-line of duty, which is somebody that's on the fire department that passes away from some kind of disease or an unfortunate accident and stuff like that. And then we also do color guard work, which is we present colors at different functions around the city. Well, the Honor Guard is a good way to honor some fallen brothers and sisters that you've worked with in the past, and also that people that have worked on the fire department before you even came on the fire department. I've been on Tampa now for 24 years. My father was a fireman in Jacksonville for 30 years, so I come from a history of fire department people, and this is our way of honoring them.
Most of those who participate in the Honor Guard have a personal reason for their service. We asked Monte Theus what his reasons were for being so involved.
Well, Captain, I love the fire department. You know, like I say, my dad was a fireman for many years, and I've been a fireman for many years. And it's just something I like to give back to the job that's gave me so much in my life, so much gratitude for the people you work with and the camaraderie around the fire station. Well, behind us is every quarter we have a meeting directed by the fire chief to have that meeting. And the first part of the meeting, we meet into the classrooms here, and we go over the incidents that have happened in the past 3 months. Plus, we go over any uniform issues we might have, and any functions that are coming up, like color guard functions that we know in advance. We go ahead and book them that day. And then in the second part of the meeting, we come out and do our facing movements, and we may drill on color guard procedures or even a funeral procedure.
Besides local events, the Tampa Fire Rescue Honor Guard also travels to out-of-town activities.
In the state of Florida, we have a competition with the Florida Fire Chiefs Convention, and we participate in that and finish very high. We also go to Emmitsburg, Maryland, to the National Fire Academy, and participate in the Honor Guard there that honors fallen firefighters the past year, and also in Colorado Springs, where the International honors firefighters that have fallen in the past year.
There are several criteria to be a member of the Tampa Fire Rescue Honor Guard. We asked Monte Theus what goes into choosing a team member.
Well, the criteria is, of course, you have to be on the fire department first, and then you apply to the fire chief, and then he presents the applications to us, and then we have a trying out session where we march, do facing movements. We put together a makeshift coffin and have you carry that, and just overall, you know, how you look, how you present yourself. The fire department has a dress code. The Honor Guard has their own dress code. You can tell that most of us have a military haircut. So that's some of the qualifications we do. And also, out of the events that you are called upon, you're expected to do at least 70% of that. If you don't, then you're put on probation again. And then after probation, of course, then we would move you from the Honor Guard and pick somebody else. We have between 20 and 25 applications, and I believe we chose 8 last time, if my memory is correct.
Sean Day is a new member of the Tampa Fire Rescue Honor Guard. We asked him what it means to be a part of this unique group.
Well, first and foremost, I had military experience, and I brought that experience to the table in applying for the Honor Guard. I had a lot of pride in what the Honor Guard stands for and what they give back to families, especially when we do funerals and things like that, and when we do other events. I just have a lot of pride in what the Honor Guard stands for and representing the city of Tampa and Tampa Fire Rescue.
Driver engineer Theus says that being a member of the Honor Guard has its good times as well as its bad.
Of course, the hardest thing for us to do is funerals. And of course, the hardest funeral you do is people that you have worked with in the past. I had to do a funeral for 2 guys that I worked in the same house with. And of course, that was very hard on us. I mean, we go on trips for a specific reason, but on your downtime during the trips, you know, we have time to gather together and talk with other people on other fire departments. So that's some of the fun times we have. And of course, after a funeral or something, we all get together and go out to dinner and just kind of relax, you know, from the trying time we just had.
Firefighter Sean Day finishes up our visit with the Honor Guard by telling us about his role with the team.
It was kind of exciting, and just to be a part of the team, to have on the uniform, to represent Tampa Fire Rescue and what we do, and it was fun. I really enjoy it.
This month we're on location at Tampa Fire Rescue's Dispatch Center, where we've just received a prestigious award. To learn more about that, here's Captain Bill Wade.
Sitting at this console is a lot of responsibility. We're here in the Tampa Fire Rescue Communications Center, commonly called the 911 Center, where all emergency calls in the City of Tampa are routed to. Now, a dispatcher working at one of these consoles could receive a call for maybe a simple car accident, or a large house fire, or even a major disaster striking our community. It would be the responsibility of that dispatcher to find out what's going on, send the proper units, and then work on that call and work with the people in the field to get them the help they need until that emergency is handled. We're going to talk to some of the people who work in this 911 center and find out why they work here, what they do, and what is a center of excellence.
The National Academy of Emergency Dispatch is the association that we became accredited under. It recognized every dispatcher within our communications division. Internationally, it's a recognition that we have received from our peers.
This recognition by their emergency medical dispatch peers came after extensive work and research.
We had to meet the 20 points that the Academy spells out, and in the 20 points there are subpoints. So there's over 90 total that we had to meet, provide them with documentation, and in that is customer service, quality assurance. We had to meet certain standards 3 months prior to submission in some categories and 6 months prior to submission in others.
Although we now know that the Tampa Fire Rescue dispatchers are recognized as being excellent, we asked Ms. Hamrick what this means to the person calling 911 in an emergency.
It means that they're going to get a dispatcher that absolutely cares about the citizens of Tampa, that is doing their best job, that they are professional, have been recognized by their peers, and they're following a prescribed dispatch protocol under the direction of our medical director.
Christopher Mygrant works in the Tampa Fire Rescue Communications Center. We asked him what the dispatchers do on a daily basis.
Well, what we do is when the phone rings, we answer the call, and we go through a series of questions. We ask the caller questions in order for us to obtain the appropriate information so we can send the Tampa Fire Rescue units out to people that are in need, either for fire or medical service.
We asked Mr. Mygrant what type of person works at the Tampa Fire Rescue 911 Center.
A person that works for Tampa Fire Rescue, or a dispatcher in general, they need to be very flexible. They need to be able to, at a moment's notice, make quick decisions. That's what our job is all about. We obtain information, but yet everything changes at a moment's notice, and we have to be able to adapt to that.
And finally, Janice Eastburn, a communications supervisor at the comm center, tells us what a typical day at the communications center is like.
A typical day, you learn to expect anything and everything to happen. Some days it's very slow, some days it's very busy, from building fires to just medical calls, minor to severe, helping somebody deliver a baby, helping somebody go through CPR, and just going, a structure fire that can be just minor things, a little bit of smoke in the building, to a full second alarm fire.